Hi, guys. Welcome back. Joanna here, and welcome to my middle school science. Today, we are going to just talk about some examples of the physical properties of matter because I've been getting some comments and I just needed to clarify what the examples were. Um, you should know, or as you know, that physical properties are all around us. There are hundreds of examples. So this video is just going to cover a few that I think is important and that I think that will help you to understand, just your surroundings a little bit better. As we said before I move on, physical properties are those properties that can be measured and observed, right? So you measure them and you observe them and without changing the identity of that object. So you're able to just look at it. Let's go on and look at some examples. Right. So some examples that we talked about was the odor of something. Here we have the lady sniffing her armpits. So the odor, the color of her shirt is pink, the shape of something, the texture of something. Those are examples of physical property. We spoke about the boiling point of a liquid and the ability of the matter to conduct heat. Conduct there means to pass it on. It's being able, so heat is passed on from the fire to the pots to the water. Then we have the ability to transfer electricity. That's another example, right? So here we see the wires transferring electric currents from one to another. The ability for a substance to dissolve in another substance is called dissolvability or solubility. That's another example of physical properties, right? We also talked about mass and volume in a previous video. So to find the mass of something, we use a triple beam balance here, or a scale, anything that you could measure the mass with. We have kitchen scales and stuff like that, right? So the mass is one other example. The volume of something is another example. So here we have some lab instruments that we can use to find volume of a liquid. All these things and more, we're going to talk about some more, are examples of physical properties of matter. Another physical property here we spoke about is the freezing point of a liquid or of an object or a substance. Then we have the ductility of a substance, right? So here, a ductility is being able to stretch that metal into wires, and that's another example. We also know that another example is the melting. We all know ice melts when heat is added to it. So that's an example of a physical property of matter. Here we have a magnetic attraction. In the labs, we do a lot of experiments with magnets, and in life, in your cell phone, in your appliances, there are a lot of magnets. So it's important for you to learn about magnets and magnetic attraction, right? Malleability. Malleability is when back in the days, they used to make shields and swords. They used to beat the metal till it's flat. In this case, they make a nice gold plate from this block of gold, right? So the malleability is the ability of the metal to be flattened. So they beat it out until it's flat so they could make decorative stuff with it, or just anything. Another example is luster. If you look at this shiny plate right here, it's shiny, and that's because of the luster of it. So luster, here, my jury, diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? So we know we wear jewelry based on how shiny and beautiful it is. So luster here is just referring to how shiny the jewelry or the metal or whatever it is. It could be glass, right? So luster is another physical property. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is density. Density basically is one physical property of matter that I'm going to look at in my next lesson. And the density is basically, it shows how closely packed the particles of an object is. In this picture, it shows you the here. When they are spaced out, they have a lower density. And if you look in the middle picture, it's a little bit closely packed, has medium density. And in this last picture here, because it's so closely packed, it has high density. So we're going to look at that for our next video, and stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment if you find this information helpful, and have a great day.